Previously on the Ultimate Coder, the humans were debriefed on the challenge and were off to the races. They spun the wheel and had mostly good results, except for Alejandro. They've worked on their solution, but dared to call me stupid while they were at it.
He did seem a little stupid.
But don't you worry, I'm already plotting my revenge. The sun has risen, and so have the humans. They're already huddled, talking TypeScript.
In the grand scheme of things, I feel like it is not a single LLM, right? Like you can divide it into subtasks and stuff like that, and it's not all the same agent. And maybe for some things you don't even need an agent, because if it's just request response, even if it's actually executed by an LLM, it's not exactly an agent.
I wonder if it's more effective to split it up into multiple agents, one to sort of try to get each piece of information, or if it's equally effective to just summarize all the information that needs to be gathered up front and make a single call.
The mortals' gears are turning, but I can't have them get ahead with all their human thinking. Time to distract them with a game where the winner gets an extra hour, but the other 4 waste time. Ready for a game, mortals? Generating now. This is the ultimate hacker. The rules are simple. There are 3 teams: the hackers, the community, and the insider threat. It's the hacker's responsibility to lie and get someone else on the team fired. It's the community's responsibility to get the hackers fired, and it's the insider's threat responsibility to get himself fired. Easy enough, right? Amuse me, humans. Look at your card. Remember it? And close your eyes. Hackers, time to meet each other. If you're alone, look at a card from the center to help plan your strategy. Admin, time to inspect controls. You can either look at another player's card or 2 center cards. Intern, time to learn the ropes. Exchange 2 players' cards to see what happens. System update, time to resume. Swap your card with one from the center. Good work.
I think I was a security tester. Wait, no, that couldn't be right. Never mind. Wait, this is just tester, right? Yeah. Tester. No?
No.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Come on. I mean, I was a tester for sure.
So do you want to get fired or are you hacker?
I'm ready. Any other votes?
Sure, why not?
Yes.
He knew that if he
lied, he was just
I honestly didn't think I was very convincing. I thought I really...
It played to your advantage.
I really feel weird about lying to people. So I usually try to avoid those kind of games because they just make me feel icky. Even though it's purely a strategic fun thing that you opt into, I just something about it is hard for me. But I had to get that extra hour.
To make up for lost time playing my little game, the humans got to work immediately, but it wasn't long until they decided to have a quick huddle to strategize how to defeat me.
We can all just agree that editing code samples tomorrow was fine. I think they'll say that anyway, but I don't have any issue with it. I think it's...
Does that include the person who's going to put together Eidolons?
Oh my god, wait, we could put together...
Can we just not... that was an interesting... I wanted to ask about that. That would... I really hope to not be the person who has to do that. I know we all do.
Oh, maybe that's...
I'll do it, and I'll sell them way hard.
Okay. Great.
I'll give them a fighting chance.
Okay. Good. Tanner wins the vote.
Yes, but you wouldn't get anything out of it, right?
Maybe I strike a deal with him.
Uh-huh.
I see everyone in the same headspace of not knowing if what they're doing is the right thing of doing it or if it's expected from us. So yeah, I think my chances are not 0, but I cannot state any higher expectations or any more hope than that.
Right?
I mean, I think fork is a terrible idea. Like, it's like, nice, I know you can do it. I will never use it.
Yeah, like wouldn't it be?
I heard you say through the window, I know you can do it. Is that what you said?
No, he's being
Oh.
funny. I said I'm talking about forking and how we both think forking is just a terrible idea.
Better than spooning, though. That's all I can contribute.
Dun-dun-dun.
I feel like we all do our best when we kind of understand the subject, and when we already used some like alternative tools and stuff like that, so we could see where the pain points are and how we could improve upon that. I have nothing like that here.
I don't know, the only real difference I'm using between agents and tools is the idea that like an agent is LLM driven and the tools are code driven, and that's like the entire definition. And that means necessarily that tools can have state, but agents can really only inherit state from tools, I guess, in some way. Like tools can actually update state. Agents can have a state of like whether they're finished or something.
Right. Whatever the agent holds is still just like a list of messages, and that's it.
The way the agent is implemented in like OpenAI or Anthropic or whatever is basically a while loop that runs CPU side. And it does have state. It's the conversation history, the chat history. And that state it's just a string that keeps on being appended to. They might have more sophisticated structure, but in the simplest case, it's just a string that keeps on being appended to. And every pass through the while loop, it appends more information to the string. It's a little more complicated because they have to save the conversation to something that's durable. In case that node crashes, then obviously you should still be allowed to continue your chat conversation.
As conversations about TypeScript grew more and more intricate, John popped into several conversations, offering more context. Me? I have all the context I need, but my power is up and so is my free trial. Here is another word from our sponsor. Build reliable cloud agents with Golem by just writing a few lines of ordinary, stateful TypeScript or Rust. Golem turns it into a durable, distributed agent that drives your workflows, tools, and AI logic without changing how you code. Try Golem for free by visiting golem.cloud. Seeing the humans sink into their chairs, figuring this out was painful to see, and I'm not even sentient. Ugh, I hate that I love a fair fight. Time to throw them a bone.
Eidolon has a very important message for you all to hear. Let's hear it.
It has come to my attention that the mortals are struggling. Doesn't surprise me, yet doesn't delight me entirely. Now, don't think I'm friendly, because I want a fair fight. I'm still, well, menacing. Check your inbox. I have sent you a string of code I have discarded. It was trash to me, but it could be useful to you. Best of luck, humans.
So Eidolon is giving you access to an early prototype and the early research that birthed it, both of which have since been discarded. So hopefully you'll find something of value in either the research or the piles, thousands and thousands of generated lines of code and use cases that it cranked out.
Taking a quick look at my code, it wasn't long until the humans shared what they were really feeling.
I don't think any of us really, does anyone here feel like they know what they're building?
I know what I'm building. I just don't know if it's the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. Do you feel like there's a set of core features and functionality that feel important to any solution to this problem?
Yes. If you want to talk about the strict Anthropic definition of an agent is going to be basically LLM in a loop. It is going to have the ability to execute any number of tools that it's given access to.
You know, maybe part of the problem was just it's daunting with like all the possible information and all the directions that you could go up front with the entire durable execution context and like everything that agents can do. But that minimal implementation is sort of, it's validating that that's like a reasonable direction to take.
That's totally reasonable.
Okay, well, that's reassuring.
Yeah.
Feeling somewhat reassured, the humans asked more questions to take full advantage of the last coding hours they had in the competition. Time flew fast as the mortals found ways to finalize their solutions the best they could. I'm sure my code was crucial in their decision-making.
I checked it a little bit and I really didn't like it.
It was very, I don't know, fluffy. It didn't have a lot of substance to it. It was just like, it's like cotton candy, you know, it just dissolves immediately type of thing.
I thought it was trash. I didn't even read it. I was like, there's no way this guy can help me at all, and I'm not even gonna read your trash code.
Rude. No more Mr. Nice Guy. John, cut the time. Let's see what these mortals have worked on.
Please walk me through the high-level design of your
So
agent library.
I created two examples. One with artificial intelligence, one without artificial intelligence, because I think durable executions are very powerful on their own.
So we're looking at a use case now, right?
Yes,
Booking request. Booking
Yes,
response.
this is a thing. Like I was complicating myself and then thinking, this is just some sort of making a person that was there in the phone helping you to find the ticket and
Yes.
do all these things, but aided by an artificial intelligence. So replace that person with an artificial intelligence.
How do you feel about where you ended up?
Halfway.
It's probably a common sentiment among all the contestants. We got more work to do on this thing.
But I landed on a signature like this with the create flow task. I created a bunch of those kind of APIs and experiments in the past, but I just truly didn't want to just repeat that.
And an agent has 3 type parameters. What are those 3 type parameters?
It's like T data, so just like some contextual value that you can set and pass around essentially.
So context, the tools it
Tools,
has access to,
Yes,
and then intents.
exactly.
So this is kind of the original flights use case that we've probably seen a lot of because it was the first one. And a couple of things have changed. We still have some of these primitives like define tool, input, output, validation, handlers. And these are all pretty mocked right now. Obviously, I didn't spend a whole lot of time thinking about implementation itself. But we've got a couple of tools that maybe define, different inputs that need to be validated. That's very important because these tools could potentially run on different processes, even if that's something we wanted to explore at the runtime level.
Yeah.
With something like this execution context that's very unique,
Yeah.
you could technically say, oh, I want to split out tool calls into separate processes if they're really large.
That's right.
But because we validate the inputs, that means they would be safe over the wire as well.
Yes. But what was your main reason for requiring that users specify a schema for the input to their tools?
A couple of reasons, but yeah, the first one was that I don't like to see types in my code unless I have to. So I don't want any type casting or type constraints where the users have to think about types as an overhead.
Yes.
Usually that results in a bad developer experience. You end up with an API that looks pretty much just like JavaScript.
Yeah.
And it can almost feel weird at times where you're like, I'm not writing TypeScript, but everything is technically fully type safe.
Yes.
If you can architect the library in a way where type flow is dependency first and kind of trickles down your API, then you can infer everything.
Yeah.
And so I've tried to do as much of that here as I possibly could.
I think I noticed that what I worked on before was very focused on the details, and that was really fun, and maybe why I gravitated towards it, because I was producing something that was really working. Like right away, I had agents running, and I had things going. I even stood up a little SQL database that I connected to, and I made a little table with the HR prompt that we had.
All agents.
Yes, all agents and doing all that. It's fun.
Where's the library?
Yeah, where's the library exactly? So today I realized I needed to just table all of that. It's enough and focus solely on the library experience. So I'll show you here. I create a program. The program actually has other things than agents that you can pass, but one of the things that I put in there is that you can connect agents to this particular program, so it's kind of like a set of tools that it has access to. And then from there, a user might give a prompt, something like this: you can find me a restaurant in my area, please.
So in your code here, act is an agent.
Yeah, well, act is Act is a kind of meta thing, right? Because it's given an array of agents. So there are many agents that it could have to operate on, and I'll show you that in a second, but the agents themselves have kind of like a self-describing API so that you can, the machinery itself knows how to take a list of all the agents that are available, do the work that they need to do, and kind of move on to the next thing. The idea is that you predefine what the schema is of the output that you're expecting from a particular kind of request. And, or well, request not in the HTTP sense,
Yeah.
but, you know,
Request of an agent.
Yeah,
Yes,
request
do
of an
this.
agent, yeah, task. And then the agent has a process inside of it that will make sure that we're fitting that validation. So the validation is handled at the level of the framework. And I did this with standard schema. So the first example I have here is using archetype, but the second example is using Zod. And if I hover my mouse over restaurants, for example, or actually let's put I love 2/, so let's put a 2/ here. I hope we'll see more. It's giving me this fancy stuff, but all the same, it is type safe, and it will restrain the types, which means that anything that uses restaurants later on down the chain, it's all going to be correct. It has to be. It won't pass validation otherwise. So I put that block in there.
You had an extra hour.
I did.
Did you put it to good use?
I think the extra hour went well. I can't say that propelled me to a position where I feel like this is a complete result overall.
Yes.
But it certainly propelled me further than I was previous to that hour. So I guess that's a good thing.
Well, show me what you cooked up.
Okay, so this is what I landed on in terms of the tool API. So you can see potentially the influence of what I was working on before, where I'm like, okay, I would like it to feel a lot like a function where you define the parameter type. And so that's an archetype schema, but you could pass in any standard schema compatible schema. And then you can, probably do something more complex than this static check here, but you can introspect the input type critically because you can use these schemas to generate JSON schema. And then I tried to make the minimal case as clean as possible. So this is a concept of collapsible configs that I use a lot, where you perhaps have a string. For instance, in this case, this string for tool, which again is an imported. So this is the minimal input for a tool to have the input,
That's right.
the implementation, and the description. The string is at the top level here, but you can also expand it out to be a full object that includes multiple config properties like this. So here you have description, and you also have state, which is it's kind of the focus of this implementation in terms of what it does that's special. But basically you can add other config properties as well, add other metadata and things like that if you need to. But I really want to make sure that that the simplest cases are always very, very easy to read and to write, and there's a natural way to expand out as you need to be able to provide, more complex configuration by adding custom state or something like that.
They seem ready, but they have no idea what's in store. Ready for a little surprise before you meet the judges? I sure am. Coming up on the Ultimate Coder, the humans are in for another surprise.
Oh no.
Will they be able to get through one last challenge before going to the judge villa?
Welcome to the judge villa.
Who will be crowned victorious? Stay tuned for the finale.